Today we are looking at 5 reasons why you aren't growing bigger and stronger. Let's get going. Hello and welcome to another video. Today I want to shortly go over 5 reasons why you might not grow any bigger or stronger in your training, and shortly discuss what you could do instead to get all those gains that you are looking for. Okay, so the first reason you might not getting any bigger or stronger is lack of progressive overload. So this means maybe your training template is kind of doing the same thing over and over again, so you have no really a chance to progress throughout time, and this is definitely not inducive for more muscle growth, and it's hard like this to grow any stronger in terms of actual weight progress. So instead you might want to look for a program or a training template that actually pushes you through different phases. So you have lighter phases, something in between, but also really pushes you to do heavy singles, triples, reps of 4 or 5, maybe even 6, so that you actually have to increase the weight and train this skill, because lifting heavy is a skill as much as any other thing is a skill. So if you have never really spent much time in these strength phases, you might want to spend more to actually train this skill for a bit more. So instead of going into a different training phase every 3, 4, 5 weeks, maybe spend more time in these strength phases, maybe with something like a training template like 5-3-1, where you with sub optimal weight distributions actually spend a lot of time lifting sets of 5 reps, 3 reps, and heavy singles. So that might be something worth thinking about. Then actually sticking to a program is something that many people fail to do. They think, okay, there's this new awesome program and it will get me big and strong and more muscular. And after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they feel like, oh, nothing is happening, and they go to the next big thing. This takes a bit more time than a couple of weeks. So if the program is set up to run for 8, 10, 12, 16, 20 weeks, run the program and give the whole thing a chance to actually do what it's supposed to do. I would be wary if you have programs that are designed to make you bigger and stronger in just 4, 5, maybe 6 weeks, because it just takes more time. Unless they are designed in a way where they're right from the beginning meant to be repeated. Like 5-3-1 is a 4-week program, but you keep adding weight for the 5th week basically, and just keep progressing like this for quite a while. So while it's only 4 weeks long, you pretty much can easily run it for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, maybe even longer, depending on how your body adapts. So that's progressive overload. The next thing, the next reason why you might not grow any bigger and stronger is nutrition. This is probably a reason why you might not grow bigger, because in order to grow bigger, you need to eat enough. It's hard to grow bigger in a caloric deficit or even at maintenance, as you will likely actually become smaller over time. So you might revisit the amount of calories you eat in a way that you slowly make sure that you are actually in a surplus, meaning you will see more weight on the scale on a 7 to 10 week average basis. If you found your light surplus in terms of calories, then you might reconsider your macronutrient intake. Are you making sure to eat enough proteins and fats? You need proteins to a certain extent to build muscle, and you definitely need fats for all your hormones in your body to make everything run properly. So there are essential proteins and essential fats. You need both of them no matter what you do. If you're cutting, if you're maintaining, if you're gaining. So in terms of protein, depending on your body weight, you can have this, general like rule of thumb, where you're like 1 kilo of body weight is 2 grams of protein, or if you want it in pound, it's basically 1:1, 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, it's 180 grams of protein, or you weigh 80 kilos, and it's 160 grams of protein. This is probably true for most people, unless you are very underweight or very overweight. Then you might want to more pick the weight where you want to end up. So if you're cutting because you want to get rid of some fat, then pick your goal weight. And if you think you need to add a bit of weight because you're underweight, then just again pick your goal weight there, and you will probably be fine. Most people will likely end up somewhere between 150 and 250 grams of protein a day, really depending on how big they are or small they are. But that's all fine. No problems with protein consumption there. Make sure to eat enough fat. This shouldn't be too low. So for most people, they probably need 40 to 50 grams of fat a day, of high quality fats a day, to really make sure that everything runs smooth in their bodies, that everything can be done that needs to be done. So make sure that you get fats from olive oil or avocado, or a bit from dairy or meat, and not so much from fried food or stuff like that, because the micronutrients in the fats also help you to feel good and recover better. The next big reason you might not manage to grow bigger and stronger is your sleep. So there are two parts here. You might just not have high quality sleep at all, meaning you might get up often, so you might get interrupted, or you just have very shallow sleep. And there are a few things you can do in order to give your body a chance to sleep better. So you could cut out caffeine at all, completely, or make sure that you stop early in the afternoon, so that you have time to metabolize everything and let your body actually sleep during the night. Definitely cut alcohol before bed. That's making your body a lot of work, and you're not going to sleep too well. Another thing you could try is to eat a little bit earlier, if that's a possibility, because if your stomach is full of food, your body needs to digest this, and this just makes it harder for you to really fall into deep sleep and REM sleep, which helps a lot in terms of recovery. Another thing that can help is cutting out blue lights and getting rid of the computer screen and smartphone at some point in the evening. So you probably shouldn't lie in bed watching your phone. This is not really inducive to high quality sleep. Maybe another thing that you might adjust, if that's a possibility, is quantity. So you just don't sleep enough. If all of the points before didn't really help or didn't make it that much better, consider maybe you need more than 6 hours. Maybe you need 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours of sleep. There is a reason why professional athletes often sleep for 12 hours a day. They need this time to physically recover from what they are doing. this takes time. It's difficult to hijack this process of fastening up this physical recovery. If you have testes, you really want to focus on a good night's sleep, because it's during the night that your body will produce a lot of testosterone and pump it into your bloodstream basically, and help you to enhance this recovery process and make it faster. The fourth reason why you might not see any progress in terms of growing bigger and stronger is lack of consistency. You probably need to stick to all the 5 reasons, progressive overload, nutrition and sleep, in order to see any long-term progress in your strengths, in your physique. So if you have trouble to doing this, like let's say for 2 weeks you are dialed in 100% great and everything works, and then the next 2 or 3 weeks you barely go to the gym, you don't eat enough, you have poor sleep, you go partying for 4 days in a row, it's going to be difficult to see progress during these periods. So a tip or something that you could do is figure out a realistic way that you can put into your lifestyle. So maybe you think 5 days a week training is awesome and fun, but if you really are honest to yourself, you only really have time to do this 2 times a week or 3 times a week, and that's fine. Then pick a program that fits your needs, and then you hit the gym 2 or 3 times a week, but you can do this consistently week in and week out with few exceptions. It's similar things with sleep. Find a way how you can make changes in your daily life so that you can sleep better, or find ways that you make sure that you get enough calories. Maybe you need a timer, where you say, okay, now it's breakfast, now it's lunch, now it's dinner, or just eat a bit more each meal. So just think about where you could, where you are lacking something, and then just figure out a way to switch something in or out or adjust, and then make it realistically doable, because something that you actually manage to do is a lot better than the perfect plan that you cannot do your whole life. And lastly, in terms of consistency, make the whole process fun and enjoyable. It's a lot easier to do something if you actually want to do it, if you think it's fun, it's cool, if you like the process, if you enjoy meal prepping because you like the things that you will eat that day or that week. So it should be fun, this shouldn't be some sort of punishment. And the more fun and enjoyable this is, the easier it is to be consistent. The moment you are not consistent, all the other things will be very hard and very difficult, and that makes it then less fun and less enjoyable. And the last big reason why you might not see any progress in terms of growing bigger and stronger is time. It takes a lot of time to get stronger and bigger bigger in terms of growing muscle and not just getting fat. This is not something that takes a few weeks or even a few months. This is going to take years, and this is quite the opposite to what your Instagram influencers will tell you. They give you the 30-day challenge to make you shredded, to make you strong, to make you huge, to make you lift heavy weight. And that's not how it works in most cases. There are probably some outliers there, but if people are actually honest, it will take you a long time to go big and strong. I saw this interview from a powerlifter a few months ago. Unfortunately, I don't remember who it was, but he had a big deadlift, and they asked him, how long did it take you to lift that heavy? And I said, well, I've been lifting for almost 20 years, so It took me 20 years to get that far, and that's kind of the spirit. That's why it needs to be fun and enjoyable, because if it's fun and enjoyable, it doesn't matter if it takes 1 year or 5 years. You just keep on moving and keep on progressing, and you will over time get bigger and stronger and have fun all the time doing it. So yeah, those are 5 potential reasons why you might not grow any bigger and stronger. I hope you like this kind of videos. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts, suggestions, it would be great if you could like my video and subscribe to the channel if this is something you want to see in the future. And until then, see you next time. Bye!